Hey, everybody. So, a lot has been happening in the foodieverse. So, RSN finished, a few minutes ago. Foodie Beauty comes to the chat with RSN to respond about recent interview on RFW, which is real effing drama. We have that. We're going to react to that. And we're also going to talk about Dragon Lord Frodo. He's in jail. I did get the email. I talked about it. Didn't think it was real. Could possibly still be DLF acting like his mother. Possibly. But I will treat it as his actual mother for now. We got Natural Ginger. Hey, Natural Ginger. What's up? I guess she's busy.
Oh, I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry.
No
I
problem.
was I was muted like an idiot.
No worries.
Yes, so the DLF thing.
Yeah.
Just to touch on that. So is this not because he's done something while he's been at this
I have no idea, to be
because
honest with you.
it says something about contempt on
Yeah,
that
but that
note.
was his charge after the aggravated harassment. So
Oh,
the
right. Okay.
backstory is he got 4 counts of aggravated harassment. He pled to down to 1 count to be served 90 days in jail. He got out early with good behavior for 60, minus a day served, minus 2 days because it was the weekend. So he spent a total of 57 days in jail. But then when he was in the slammer and I think just coming out, he caught another charge because he kept on speaking about or trying to interact in some manner with these ladies. So then that was the criminal contempt. Did you see how the bail is blank? So I'm not
Yeah.
sure if they're trying to upgrade or add charges to him, which they do. So anything can happen. I'm gonna keep checking on it and see if they'll add new charges or if they'll upgrade the charges, because I warned him even when he went to court. And he remember when he got that letter, and I'm like, DLF, don't screw around. You could actually go to jail on May the 5th because you keep talking real slick about the ADA and you're not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah. So I think he was surprised that this happened today.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's really surprised.
Yeah. So the email said, Mama Scrunch says that he he's in jail until the 6th, June the 6th is what it says here. So that's a long time. That's a month. That is a
Wow.
long time. And that is supposed to be when his control is in and around that time. And then he has his court date, I believe, June the 20th. So a lot can happen in between this time. But for now, the bail section is left blank and he's in jail. So I guess we won't see DLF unless his bail settings arrangements gets changed. We won't see DLF for an entire month at the
Oh
very
dear.
least. Yeah. Oh, Leany Bo says after a month in jail, you lose your SS benefits. So this is why he was freaking out, because he didn't want to lose his benefits. He didn't want to lose his apartment. Well, DLF, we warned you. Everybody in the chat was like, don't say those things against the ADA. You can't fool people. You can't do this. You can't play the system. Just be cool. And, just do whatever time you got to do because you made a mistake, and then learn from it and move on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, not it's a surprise, but not that much of a surprise. Like I said, when he told me about this letter, I'm like, they're probably gonna put him in jail.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's really it's going to that's going to drive him mad, isn't it, about losing his benefits?
Yeah,
But if he's got his court case and then excuse me he's got his court case and then he gets put into prison properly, he's definitely going to lose his benefits. So
yeah, for sure. Well, I guess he can roll with his old crew, and we all know what crew that is in jail.
oh dear. Oh no. Hi, Grebo.
Hey, Grebo.
Hello, good
Hello.
afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to see my people. I've missed you.
Good to see you. So yeah, he rolling with the Chomo crew again. DLF is back in the slammer.
Oh, I've been hung up on the Chantal, so DLF is back with the Chimos and the Clink.
Yeah, he got booked in today,
Nice.
just before 12:30 p.m.
Lovely. Lucky DLF. I can't think of a nicer guy for that to happen to.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think about this whole RSN situation with Foodie Beauty, Grebo?
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
jinx. I heard that natural ginger.
Yeah,
It's
I think
like,
there's a lot of sighing and just a lot of head shaking going on in the
right?
community. I was in the chat. I had to go in the chat because I wanted to get him to ask us questions about the cats and Pete's grabbing BBJ's head, which we all just saw in the last 24 hours, and all the rest of the stuff as well. But he was answering a few questions, but he didn't know. He didn't know what he was dealing with, and she was being very obtuse in her answers, and also forgetting what lie she's told and sort of outing herself as well. So I'm sure a lot of people saw that.
Real Stream Lies obviously did zero research. Like, I think he saw a YouTube train wreck and thought, oh, she's willing to come on. So my question is did he pay her this time? Number two, the audio was absolute crap. It's like, come on, figure it out, dude. That was some really, uh, just audio 101 problems. And he was so obviously not prepared. And you could tell almost like, I don't know, does he think he's going to be like a Joe Rogan shock jock? Because his questions were lame. He had done nothing to prepare. And Chantal just sat there and kind of it was almost like when YouTube legs out and that circle comes on and just spins. That's what was happening. You could see it in real time on the screen. And she obviously just got higher and higher as it went on. I mean, her eyes looked like two piss holes in the snow by the time they got off. It was just, and she couldn't keep track of her lies. And one thing I did notice is that she couldn't keep her tenses right. Like everybody in here, you've been through that relationship where we did this and he was that, past tense, because in your mind, definitively, you're done, right? She kept mixing up the tenses and then trying to, like you said, be really obtuse about it and then claim, oh, I don't remember about some things that she's went on rants about. Like that that's the problem with people like her. So here's some advice, Chantal. A, say my name, it's Great Grebo. And B, number two, is that's the beauty of telling the truth, is the truth never changes. You don't have to remember because the truth's always the truth. But when you're high as balls, lying on live stream, it's pretty hard to keep track of what all you've said. And it took content to a new level because at least when Chantal's on stream, her audio is at least fairly decent, but her video's been crap lately. But this was just some next level content, in my opinion. It was just so many lies. And RSN, my advice to you is don't quit your day job because you're not a shock jock. You're not a Howard Stern. Uh, MFW was asking better questions and was more prepared than you when she obviously knew nothing. She could at least pick up on what Chantal was laying down. And yeah, so that's a real quick.
Yeah, I think MFW got the cut of her jib pretty quickly, and RSN's just is he's not too bright either. It was like whatever. Anyway, hello Internet T.
Hi Internet T.
Hi.
Hi, I don't know if there's too much background noise. I'm driving home from work.
It's okay, just speak up, sweetheart.
Okay. No, well, Greg Grebo said a lot of stuff I wanted to say too about the not the pronouns, the past tense, the tenses and stuff. She also, I noticed, I don't know if anybody else caught it when Chantal was asked why she was dressed like a hipster the other day, and her response was, "Oh, well, I told them I was going on a date." Meaning the way she said it is exactly that. I told them I told my chat I was going on a date, but the way she said it was like, it's a lie. I just made up a lie that I'm going on a date. I'm dressing like a hipster.
Oh yeah. And Chantal's thing is we've seen it in the past, is that with her, it's all semantics with Chantal. Like, you know what I mean? It reminds me of kind of like Clinton's trial hearings back then. Well, it depends on what your definition of is. I mean, Chantal is very much all about semantics. So when she says, "Oh, we're not in a relationship," you know what I mean? But that doesn't mean I'm not seeing him or I'm not talking to him. And she was really clear the other day where she said, "I don't want to get in any more trouble." She was very clear on that and kept it moving after that. So I suspect the Crown is my audio off?
Yeah, maybe you want to exit and come back. Or
Yeah.
talk again. Let's hear it.
Is it better now or is it
No,
really?
it's still crackling.
No.
Okay, I'll come back.
Okay, no problem. So once Greg Grebo's coming back, we're gonna do a recap of what happened on the RSM Foodie Beauty stream. Go ahead, Internet T.
Oh, sorry. No, I also was curious why she did. Do you think one of them took out a restraining order or whatever, peace order against her? Because if she's the victim, why is she legally not allowed to talk about anything to do with them?
Typically isn't that how it works for court cases, where you're not supposed to talk about it. Nobody's really supposed to talk about it because it will affect the case if you say something that could be added to the case or maybe takes away from the case. You never know. All right, Greg Gubo's back.
Okay.
Welcome back. Yeah,
Is
you're
it
better
better?
now. Yep.
I don't think they've got any restraining or gagging order, shall I say, on her. I think it's just the police saying, look, you're the complainant in this.
She might be a material witness in whatever's going on with May, because Chantal definitively stated, like, "Oh, he was with me," or this or that. So they whether it was the Crown or it was the cops, they could very well have said, "Look, you have made statements. You will be called to court. You need to stop talking about this," because like the way she said it was, "I don't want to get in any more trouble." It didn't sound like natter. Like the way she said it, it wasn't a natter thing. It was a very much, "I don't want to get in any more trouble." It just really kind of strikes me as whether it was the cops or the Crown, but she was told, because when Natter tells her something, she'll let stuff slip left and right. This isn't that. She is being very, very not ham-fisted, but ham-colored, but not ham-fisted. But so it's somebody has told her, and somebody that actually scares her has told her, "Zip it."
Yeah.
So
I'm just gonna step away for 10 minutes. My mum needs me, so I'll just mute and come back, okay?
Okay, sure. Hi
Tell
there,
Mom hi.
perfectly.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah, that was crazy today. I agree with you, Great Grebo, and I know your name. I love you.
Thank you.
Love all
Great
of you.
name.
But yeah, watching today, the lies and her just coming out as a victim, that was, talking about the diapers and because she can't get pregnant. No, it's not because you can't get pregnant. It's because you crap yourself all the time and you laugh about it. And then saying she has IBS, what? That's not true. You don't have a gallbladder. You eat crap. Like I don't have a gallbladder and I can't eat that stuff because I'd be in, I'd have the same issue. So yeah, but I agree with Great Grebo that she definitely let the cat out of the bag, that she's definitely with him. When he asked her if she was with him and she said, well, I can't talk about that. I think that just was right there that she's back with Natter, which just infuriates me. It just does. This is not a joke.
Sorry, I thought I was going to die without my Diet Pepsi. I agree 100% perfectly and perfect. Like when she said, "Oh, they're sending me diapers because I can't have kids," that was 1,000% a lie, and she knows exactly what she's doing. And this buffoon, who I don't know what kind of he obviously did no research, and it's like this is like clout chasing of like all the clout chasing is to invite her on because he made the comment like, oh yeah, we've almost got 400 and something viewers here, which I'll add is more than Chantal's been getting lately. But yeah, he invited her on because she brings the views, and she just sat there. And I've said this before on those streams with Real Stream Lies, Chantal either blatantly lies, she lies by omission, or she lies with half truths, you know, and then she's really big into trying to argue semantics, which is hilarious for somebody that has such little comprehension of the English language. It's just, and that whole apology that she did, and then she broke into that hall while high as balls. I really, really think like that was the moment when I tuned into Monty's stream and I was watching that that apology, right? And then she's tried to make herself the victim. Well, well, if I said that about poor people, it's because I got bullied by poor people and just all that nonsense. Like literally, I always say she's rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. Well, that apology video for me was the moment the boat struck the iceberg. It is inevitable, in my opinion, that she is truly going to be rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. I don't even think at this point there's anything she could do to salvage the kind of income she was making prior to the Cuba Bees. Like the Cuba Bees was like the insult. Like anybody that knows about the Titanic, they had a coal fire. They had a coal fire going the entire time down in one of the bunkers, right? And so the Cuba Bees was kind of the coal fire that was already this pre-existing issue, and then that non-apology was the moment the boat struck the iceberg, and it's going down. So hopefully she's filming the entire time because it should be entertaining.
Yeah. Before we go any further, Gregory, Bo, do you maybe have a summary of the RSN stream that just happened?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
If not, it's okay
No,
because
no. She came on. She was sucking on her little vape pen. RSN, I'm just gonna say he basically nerfed questions at her. Like, okay, I've got some questions. He kind of asked more about the DD thing, and just asked her a lot of really like, what's this about you pooping in parking lots? What's going on with you and DD and Natter, and just I guess it's just like it was so unmemorable. It truly was that just think about like his questions reminded me as if somebody had scrolled through reaction channels and pulled the questions from their titles or their thumbnails. They were just really easy like, "Oh, so you poop in parking lots? Well, why does that happen?" Um just like I literally I don't even know how to summarize this because it was just a bunch of non-questions and her lying about everything. So I don't
right,
perfectly can you maybe it just there was nothing that stood out except for the fact that Chantal didn't tell the truth about anything. Like when she
No.
tried to say, "Oh, yeah, there are so many haters and I don't know why they hate me." And, "Oh, I watched that Cuba Beast." No, you didn't. Yeah, you do remember what you said, and people send you diapers because you shite on the side of the road quite often. And so, perfectly, maybe like there isn't really a summary. There was nothing there.
No, I think you did a great job. He was not prepared. This guy doesn't know anything about her. You need somebody to interview her that knows, because she just lied and he just took it. He was almost kissing her butt the entire time, which I get. As a host, you have to be polite. But he was actually rude to his chat. Remember, he called them morons.
Yeah.
He was very
Yeah.
rude to his chat. I
Mhm.
think it was stupid for him. In my opinion, if he had prepared for this, and really held her accountable, that would have helped him. I think people would have been like, "Oh, this guy, I'm going to follow him. He's good." He was not. It was just not good.
Yeah,
Oh,
and he was
it was.
pulling a lot of questions from the chat. So people were like, "Oh, she's lying, she's lying, she's lying," and then they
Mhm.
would keep saying things about the
Yeah.
taxes, about the
Yeah.
relationship,
Yeah.
yeah, the
But
poop in the diapers. So
yeah.
many things were
Did
still
you?
left unanswered.
He didn't have any actual questions himself prepared. It was like he was reading the chat and then he would go, "Oh yeah, what about?" And like nothing about it. Like he didn't even have basic questions prepared for my opinion.
Right. Oh, by the way, we do have Mama Scrunch in the chat.
Hi, Mama
Because
Scrunch.
have you guys watched both of them? The one where he was on with
Yes, I watched
MFW,
Mhm.
and
both.
then the
Yeah.
one on tonight as well. Yeah,
Mhm.
where he was trying to answer more because they got onto the subject of shitting in the woods, and he was like
Mhm.
mock horrified about that.
Yeah.
But he didn't tell her she was a dirty twat. He just sort of was going, "Oh no, that's not right," But people just
Yeah.
pussyfoot around her. And you're right, perfectly imperfect. He has been kissing her ass, and he got called out for that a lot. But
Yeah.
and then one of his mods was saying all the questions that you're asking to the chat were stupid and childish. So I said to him, "Well, she's stupid and childish. So how are we supposed to ask any? This is the whole persona of stupid and childish. Of course, the questions we're going to be asking are going to seem stupid and childish to people that don't understand what's going on." So I
Yeah.
was quite annoyed about that.
Yeah. I mean, just even a basic question would be like, "So Chantal, you said you and BB were deeply in love and everything was going great. Do you think YouTube affected your guys' relationship? Was it part of the downfall? Things like that. Do you think streaming nonstop for the last year, do you think it's healthy for your mental health? Do you think, and when he said something about, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I use weed." It's like, no, she's hammered 24/7, but he was obviously not aware of that fact. He didn't challenge her on the IBS. He just nothing, nothing.
How
It
about
was
how about the paperclip? Did you catch that one?
no,
Yeah, so his chat was asking her
Yes.
at the
Mm-hmm.
paperclip. She lied. She said
She
the
did. Yes.
paperclip, yep, completely lied. She said the paperclip was when she was on drugs, when she was doing the cocaine, and
Oh.
she was paranoid. And the chat was calling her out. And then
yeah.
she said, "Well, that's how I remember it." She completely
Oh,
lied about the paperclip. Yep.
I remember her saying, "Well, that's how I remember it." But literally, you know how your brain just kind of the Charlie Brown adults when they talk, wah wah wah.
Yep.
I started tuning out. So wow, that she's just like I said, how she just so easily, and then she says, "Well, that's how I remember it." Chantal on numerous occasions has commented about the paperclip thing, has commented on reactions to the paperclip thing. She full well knows, and she is so comfortable lying. And like I said, it's like she's a tot or a 9-month old. She has no object permanence. If the facts or the stream with the facts are not directly in front of her, it's like they don't exist. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like nope, nobody will remember them. And so she's just proven herself to be a filthy, filthy, bad
She
liar.
did
And
that a
so,
few times though, because
hmm
there's lies peppered with truth and truth peppered with lies, and then there are the
hmm
blatant lies, which
yep,
she forgets about. And
yep,
CJ was saying to the chat, "Oh, you keep saying that she's a liar. You keep saying that she's a liar." But you're coming up with all these like stupid things. But it's not. It's because there are so many. There are
yeah,
so many that people want to talk about that they're just like throwing out words like cats,
yeah,
Pete, Coke,
yeah,
Nada, Dee Dee, Grey
yeah,
Pussy, all these things. But what people says, oh, he says, oh, Alex is shocked because she goes, oh, he says, tell me what the Alexis Shucky thing is about. And she says, oh, well, I don't think he's a really bad reactor and all this lot. Because no, it wasn't that we were talking about. It was about you drug shaming him and addiction shaming him and calling his ass out for going to rehab. And but she didn't even address that. And because CJ didn't know these things, he just was going, oh, right, okay, and just let it pass again.
Oh,
and that was what was really frustrating.
And
As you can see.
He did say she would go on Alex's Shook and do an interview, which will be, that would, I don't think she'd do it, but that would be a better interview because I think Alexis Shook knows of her and has been following her and would be able to ask her questions. This guy just didn't know anything.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Alex
pretty
Shook
sure
would be great.
Alexis Shook said he's kind of over Chantal. Like it was just a bridge too far. Well, and was it this interview with Real News Lies, Real Stream Lies, whatever his name is? Was it this time or last time where she oh, I just lost the thought, and it was a good one too. Something that she lied about and claimed she had no knowledge. Dang it. You guys go ahead, like, because it was a good one too. I lost it.
Well, you could take your pick, couldn't you, from all sorts of times that this has happened.
Yeah.
So I think Alexis Shook would be good because he could do some really good cutting remarks that would be presented really well, and she's too dim to see it, and she couldn't roast back, and he would have a list a mile long of all the pertinent questions to ask. Like, I was really wanting to know to address the fact about Pete's grabbing hold of BBJ's face and neck and clamping her muzzle together and shoving her head up, going no mercy. And we all saw it. It was on stream. And she's just going,
one question I have, and I don't know what the answer is, but she was smoking her vape, right? And he asked her what it was, and she said it was marijuana. Is that, like, would that age restrict their? I don't know how that works. I mean,
it should. Use of
because I
drugs.
Thought like, you're going on his channel, you didn't ask him permission. Like, hey, do you mind if I do that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he was vaping as well, but he doesn't smoke weed. I mean, she could have just said, "Oh yeah, it's like a menthol vape." She didn't. Oh, it's weed. I'm so hypocritical.
She's getting really comfortable again. The stream with the say hello to my little friend Flash is still up. She's starting, like Monty said, she's starting to peel her shirt off. She's getting really comfortable again. But did you notice it earlier? Was it earlier today where she was talking about her bees, like that I don't care if I only have 500 members, or she was back on about some comment about she would rather get rid of people and have less members than put up with the smack talkers. She forgot herself for a minute and was going down that road again. And Monty did that poll, and I think Chantal is aware that her views are going down, and she's aware she's not making the money, but I don't think, because of her ego, I don't think she sees it for what it is. I think she probably just thinks it's a downturn, and she'll just giggle her way and cutesy her way out of it, and get everybody back. Well, I'll say I'm sorry. I truly don't think I don't think she has the mental capacity to understand the damage she's doing to her brand at this point, because her brain is addled with drugs literally 24/7 at this point. So I don't
she
think
does that a lot
understands.
though, doesn't she, Grebo? What you're saying about she doesn't think about it. That's why I always jokingly and seriously call her smooth brained, because she just thinks about things at a serious level. It doesn't go very deep. Someone in chat called her shallow and surface level thinking, and if it gets too much for her, she blocks people and takes lots of wheelchair gummies and whatever else she's been taking. We can speculate, but we don't really know, do we? But you're right. She doesn't think about things too deeply. Oh, and if she does, and she doesn't like the way that her thoughts going, she'll just scramble her head with something.
More
And she's
drugs.
incapable of thinking about things too, because she says, "Oh, I'm clever, I'm educated, I've been to university." No, you're not, darling. You've
No.
got no emotional intelligence whatsoever, and
Anybody can
you're
get
dim. You're
into.
dim.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's not the brightest.
Yeah. Well,
No,
The
she's
she's
I
brightest
not.
bulb.
I'm not surprised because she needs her hug box. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she's so predictable. She really is, and that's what she keeps saying, "Well, I don't know." I think didn't they talk about that today on the stream about the people, like how the people know and how, and she's like, "I don't know why they think it, because you're predictable.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
know." Oh, the smug Chantal, I think they were talking like how you're yeah, this is what, whenever she sees him, she gets smug, arrogant,
Hmm.
it's just predictable behavior with her.
Yeah, and he did ask her because the chat was asking about the gray muff dive and like have how many times and stuff, and she just didn't want to. So I don't care what she says. She's not a victim. She's a willing participant in whatever it is they have going on, and no kink shaming. Do what you want to do. But you don't get to scream SA and DV and then go do whatever that is. It's, and that, and then yesterday her non apology where she tried to make herself a victim, and then
Mm.
stoned out of her gourd Chantal
Well,
today.
to be
Just,
honest, her video yesterday was an apology to Dee Dee. Let's be
yeah,
honest. That's all she
yeah,
apologized was Dee Dee and Natter. That's who it was for,
yeah,
and
Yeah.
then she deleted it right after. It's like yeah,
yeah, you
Well,
don't
predictable.
get
she
to,
brought it back, did she not?
Oh,
It's
did
now
she?
back on. But
is it?
I don't know whether she took what's the word? Edited anything out. I'm not sure. I've not watched it again. I won't. Mm.
Well, I don't think she would have edited anything out because doesn't that take, what's that word? Oh, yeah, effort. I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
yeah. She probably didn't. She probably just deleted it, or privated it
Yeah,
in a fit of pique, and then thought,
yeah.
Right, exactly. And we're hearing news that somebody kept on saying, I'm gonna keep bringing it up. Agatha and Carver, Dr. Agatha and Carver said something about 2 weeks with court with Nader. I'm not sure if that's true, but I'm gonna try and find out if there's gonna be matters in Gatineau court. It could be Ottawa. I'll probably check Gatineau first. But with Canadian system, I can't just go on to a website like niagarasheriffs.com and then the first picture that comes up is Dragon Lord Frodo's mugshot. It doesn't work like that in Canada. Like I actually got to do work because I
Yeah,
literally took 30 seconds to
Yeah.
Google Niagara County Jail and then it
Oh, yeah.
started ending like jail, ask if somebody or find out if somebody's in jail. I clicked that on Google. It showed me niagarasheriffs.com. I click that. I go to who's in jail, and the very first picture is Dragon Lord Frodo in jail.
yeah. They don't mess around in America. I had
Right?
a coworker who's a teacher, and a great teacher, won Teacher of the Year, and she was in the paper. She was accused of theft from like a Target, I think, and she ended up losing her job. So yeah, in America,
Wow.
they put that information out in the paper, and people
Or,
read it. You know,
or as
Yeah.
Chantal would say, what would that be? Criminal shaming?
yeah. Well, that's whatever. Don't steal.
Yeah. So Carly L says he actually sent me 17. So I better put that on. I'm gonna have to do some traveling. I'm gonna go to Gatineau, Ottawa, and figure this out because we've been left in the dark for way too long, and we really need
Hmm.
to get to the bottom of this matter. And if I gotta travel 4 hours, stay overnight at a hotel, and then have to look at his docket to figure out what the hell this man's actually charged with and what exactly is going on, so that people stop telling lies because both of them are lying, and I'm
Yeah.
sick of it. Then I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could
Mm.
vlog it. It would be a business write-off. If you make enough money on YouTube, it would be a write-off. Be sure, unlike Chantal, keep track of your mileage, keep your receipts.
Hmm. Yeah.
um, what was it? And he didn't even dig in hard about her taxes or anything because it was like she said, "Oh, I did that," and then she said, "I didn't do that." So it was between the non-apology and Real Stream Lies. It was just a big nothing burger. And the fact that she was going on, like, think about the difference when, remember when she went on, oh, this is one of the things I was gonna say, where she said, "Oh, I don't watch DC Media, girl. I've only seen clips." Are you kidding me, Chantal? You are
Another lie.
such a liar. She was so angry over that one video that DC Media Girl did where she told DC to go react to the Holocaust. Don't you have something else to do with your time? Blah, blah, blah. So just right there, like I will say it again, Chantal lies by omission. She blatantly lies, or she lies with half truths, and that's pretty
Mm.
much everything at this point for her. I mean, she's
And
just
half
really,
sentences as well, isn't
yeah,
it, Grebo?
yeah,
It
yeah,
always ends with, it trails off to a "you know what I mean," or
yeah. You
or
know, you
oh,
know,
and it's just
yeah,
spit it out, woman. I know I get my words mixed up a lot, and sometimes I don't finish off my sentences. But she's it's half truths and flat out, I don't know, I can't remember. There was loads of it. There were so many times that happened, especially during this last one where it was just her and CJ.
yeah.
And
It
the chat
was,
was going, that's a lie. You know that for sure. I can't even remember. I can't even remember all
yeah,
the times that happened.
yeah. I've got a brain like a steel trap, and it was just like, ugh, it was nothing. It just a lot of nothing, and um, it was. It's like in her chats, she's 400 people in her chat. Well, pre-Cuba, she would easily have 1,800 people in within just minutes like that. She was making $300, $400, $500 a day like that. She can't even break $350, $400 a week in super chats. I can guarantee her membership's going down. Like this is, and it was weird, because you saw during the non-apology that there were like up to 1,200 people in there, and very quickly it petered down below 1,000, and the number just kept going down. Just people, they don't want to hear it anymore. It's just, and she can't. Did you see today where she swung that camera around? The absolute filth in that. I'm not calling it a luxury villa anymore because she thinks that's quirky and cute. I'm not calling it a luxury villa. I'm gonna call it her rental space. Did you see the bags filled
Mm-hmm.
with trash in that rental space? It was disgusting. Oh, and the other thing, I'm not referring them to arcs anymore because Chantal thinks that's cute and quirky. They're now storylines. So Chantal's storyline is old and flat, and her rental space is filthy and vile. And she seems to think it's funny. I can only imagine the neighbors, like the smell. And are there vermin? We know her old place had cockroaches, and we most definitely know Chantal contributed to that problem. So, you know, I'm
No,
curious.
that house is never going to be cleaned.
Mm-mm.
All of her tidying up, we've all seen it. It's moving things from A to B to
Mhm.
C and then back to B again. It's all in plastic bags and in boxes. And when she is sat down on a break in the middle of cleaning, she did it the other day, and you can see why it gets so messy. Oh God, I watched too much of her. It
Yeah.
was She was filling stuff with the bag, and then she was opening some presents or something that somebody had bought it or whatever, or it could have even been food, and she takes the bag and screws it all up in the wrapping and just throws it back on the floor again that she's cleared up. So before she's
Oh.
actually got the Hoover out and the duster and the pledge and the duster and everything like that, she's messing it up again. So it's never
Oh.
going to be cleaned. She
Yeah.
might clean the surfaces and empty the fridge. I don't know. We haven't had a fridge bees for a while, have we?
Really? Yeah. Oh, speaking of food, Monty, I have a question. Is there an Indian food restaurant close to where she lives to the point where they might be doing the restaurant itself might be delivering versus it being an Uber Eats type delivery?
I had checked, and excuse me, there were several restaurants close to
because
her. So it's hard to pinpoint, but remember, she loved going to Madhuban.
yeah, but do they
So
deliver?
yeah,
My
they do.
question, okay, because the thing is how she's eating so much of that. I really think it's because there's a lot of it and it's inexpensive. And if they're doing the delivery, I can guarantee their delivery is going to be nothing like, you know, Uber
Yeah,
Eats is going to
they
double the
do
price.
delivery.
Yeah, so that I just really think that she is not doing as well financially as, she hasn't been letting on, but she has been letting on. And so,
Yeah, we're gonna actually see a change in the next 1 to 2 months. Maybe she'll rage because that's when it's really gonna hit her that the
mhm,
money isn't there anymore. Janelle Oren says, "Much love and respect, Monty." Thank you, Janelle Oren, for this. I appreciate it.
hey Janelle.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Janelle.
Yay.
but
Thanks for supporting Monty.
yeah, I have said that. Yeah, I 1 to 2 months is gonna take for reality to hit for her in terms of
Yeah,
her financial situation
yeah.
because it's gonna hit her really bad. So we'll see when the rage comes, when the strikes start happening. Because she's not gonna go down quietly. She's definitely
No,
gonna be striking channels.
no.
She's gonna be talking mad as shit. She's gonna be raging. She's gonna be
Hmm.
doing anything on the Beezer show. She's gonna be going on Twitch. She's gonna be going on OnlyFans to to stop what could be the inevitable.
Yeah, and it's all going to be, like I said, at this point, it's rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. I honestly don't think, short of if Chantal said something like, "I'm not coming onto YouTube for the next 4 weeks. I need to get my shit together," and just shut it down and no social media. She could potentially, she came back and let's say the place was clean. I haven't used edibles in 3, you know what I mean? Something like that. Potentially she could turn it around, but we know that's not going to happen. We know she's not doing well financially because there's been no Pennington bees. There's not been a whole lot of anything. Though I love how she flexes on the fact she's drinking a $7 coffee, with 360 calories in it, like she needs the extra calories. But yeah, she is to the point where she is now relying on the clothes she wears are things that people are sending her.
Sending
Like
her, yeah.
it's gross. It's just gross.
And they are gross as well. I mean, the cat top was fairly nice. That long sleeve
Yeah.
cat top was quite cute. But that thing, that black and white thing with the nylon lace top that was hanging off, oh, I was laughing my
Oh my God.
tits off.
So
It was just,
somebody
somebody
said
must be sending
it
that for a troll.
Well, who was it? Island Dreamer or somebody that said it looked like she was wearing a set of her eyelashes, with the tarantula looking. It was very not flattering at all.
No.
It just so
But
yeah. I but
she's the sort of type of person that be very difficult for any clothes to look good on her. Just a few things, and
hmm
she always gets the wrong colour. That's not going to change. After all this time,
yeah,
all the jokes about the ham and the
yeah.
blush colours, and I think it suits me, and then she'll get a woolly hat that colour, and lipstick that colour, and shoes that colour.
Hmm.
She can't change. She can't change. And even if she had a mad spree of tidying up the house and getting enough drugs for it, she couldn't sustain it. She
No,
couldn't. She
no.
couldn't do it. So
If she's fundamentally, she's like at this point, I'll say it again, this is end stage drug addict behavior. And yeah, it's just THC, and people be like, well, I've been doing THC. Yeah, but are you doing THC in 100 times the levels that is recommended, to be good to you, and 24/7? And now we see her popping, I don't even know whose it is, but popping antidepressants. It's like, and as everybody knows, if you don't titrate up, and I'm not a doctor, don't come for me in chat, I'm not here to, I'm simply saying, if you don't titrate up on a lot of antidepressants and mood stabilizers, you can get high AF off of those things. I had an old roommate who used to get a kind, and they wouldn't take them for days on end, and then they would eat them like Tic Tacs because it would mess them up. And I'm like, that is disturbing behavior. So, you know what I mean?
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's not healthy. It's extremely dangerous. So,
Mm.
yeah, if anybody out there that a little light bulb came on, don't do it. Google serotonin storm. You do not want to go there. It's deadly. It's dangerous. So, yeah, I mean, it's to the point where we can come in here and we can wrap up this Chantal thing. Like, she is actively destroying her channel. She's obviously not sorry. Her views are going down. She is getting no super chats. The drug use is ramping up. And have you noticed how she keeps saying, like, "Oh, I'm so glad I went back on my meds. I feel so much better." I call bullshit. Those things
Bullshit.
don't work that quickly. That's
No.
not how that works. So you saying, "Oh, I went back on my meds, ergo I'm not going to say terrible things and I'm not going to be a terrible person," is a load of crap. I think the one honest moment that I honestly remember from today's stream with Real Stream Liar was when she said she becomes really edgy and agitated and angry when she doesn't have her weed. Which is true. It's called withdrawing. Psychologically, she is addicted to that and she cannot function. And so she made a comment about, yeah, I have to use it. Otherwise, I get really not okay. I think that was like the one honest thing that she said.
The one
But
bit of
in her,
self-awareness.
yeah, but in her mind, because everybody says, "Oh, it's just weed, it's no big deal." Might I remind you that alcohol is legal and it kills more people every year than all other drugs combined. So just because it's legal, you you can use anything that's legal irresponsibly. I know people, huffing gas. They're using keyboard cleaner. I mean, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Am I right?
You're
Yep.
So,
absolutely right.
I
And
know
it's
what you mean.
yeah, and it's
yep.
like addict behavior. Like for me personally, I know I have addictive behavior. So because I know that,
Mhm.
I'm old enough, I recognize that in myself. So and she has no insight into herself.
Yeah.
She's 38 years
Mm-hmm.
old, doesn't have the insight, okay, because she does addicted shopping, drama,
Mhm.
food, drugs, even the paneer. Let's be
Oh yeah.
honest, she is addictive, but
Yeah.
she's not recognizing that.
Yeah.
And that you could see like somebody in their 20s and you'd say, okay, well, they're young. But when you start getting into your 30s and 40s, you have to start being
Yeah.
reflective and you got to start having some insight
Mhm.
and saying, because let's be honest, there are many people that can smoke weed recreational and be fine with it. She
Yeah.
can't. She
Yep.
can't do anything
The
like that.
thing is,
Yeah.
though, you're totally right. It's about insight because she is
Yep.
so oppositional. She
Yeah.
does not like to take advice from people. Doesn't like
Mhm.
to learn, and she's
Yeah.
that obstinate. She doesn't even
Or,
like to
or
learn
when
from herself.
when
Classic
she
one is
brings.
she always says, "I'm tired" when she's high. You're
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
tired. You're not
No, you're
tired,
high.
Chantel. You're just ripped. You're
Yeah.
ripped. That's it. But she always, "Oh, I'm tired." So unaware of herself and how her body feels. Even her body's telling her something, and she
Mhm.
ignores that. That's not
Well,
you.
and when she does make the jokes, when she does bring up the, "Oh, I have an addictive personality, I have addictive," she laughs about it. She laughs it off because, like you said, like she's kind of aware of it, but she doesn't take it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
She just and up to this point, she's really lacked hardcore consequences. Like, she keeps failing upwards, but I really think we're in a perfect storm. And I know I keep saying that because it seems like this has been going on forever, but this whole live streaming arc's only been going on for a year. In the big scheme of things, it's not much time. But, the taxes are going to come due. The fact she keeps showing that dirty living space like that, you can't tell me there aren't trolls that aren't clipping it and sending it to the management. The
Oh, I
the
hope
fact
so.
she's gonna need to go to court and get put, you know what I mean? Like something is going to give. Her views are going down, and so something, I have a feeling when things start actually going wrong, I don't think she's going to be able to screw up out of this anymore. I really think that this is, the end is nigh. I don't know how else to put
Yeah,
it.
well,
I'm at a
I
loss.
get what you mean, but I'm a bit more optimistic or pessimistic. I don't know which one I am. I think she's got more staying power and will be around for a lot longer than you think. And
Yeah.
she'll still
Oh,
be making the money.
see, she's not going. So here, let me clarify. I think because everybody loves, there's always going to be that hardcore base that,
Cockroachery.
yeah, unless she gets booted off of YouTube, she will
It's
be
not
able to
going to
make
happen.
money, and probably enough money that your average person would be like, I could live off that. I mean, heck, if I was making 3 grand a month off of talking into, oh my God, I would be just, a pig in shit. Unlike Chantal, who literally is a pig living in shite. But so I do think she will have that unless she gets her channel yanked. But the level of spending will not be there for anymore. She will have to make choices. She won't be able to buy copious amounts of drugs and do all the takeout. You know what I mean? Like she's going to have to live within her means, is what I
Yeah,
mean. And I
that
don't,
will drive her nuts. I
yeah,
hope. I hope
uh,
we see it. I don't
yeah,
ever think she's going to lose a channel. She's going to have
yeah.
to red
At this
rum
point,
Pete's on a live stream before
yeah,
that happens.
yeah.
But with the monies going down, the coinage disappearing, I hope she does
Mhm.
keep up the same amount of spending that she does
Oh,
and the habits that she does,
yeah.
because then there might be a little bit of comeuppance for
Yeah.
her ridiculous nature all these years. But
Well, and like
my
Buddha said,
Schadenfreude will have to wait again.
exactly. And like Buddha said, when the CRA comes knocking, you know what I mean? It's like that right there, that could be put a serious stop sign on her income momentarily until she accomplishes A, B, and C. And so we will probably get a lot of ragey, angry, screaming videos for a hot second when and if that oh, it's not if, it's when that happens. So, hi Andrea
Andrea, hiya, honey.
or Andrea.
Hi,
Hi.
how's it
Hello.
going?
Oh,
We're
we're
Um,
talking.
just shooting the breeze here
Yeah.
and just taking umbrage at all that Chantel does and says and stands for, as per usual. So,
Did you catch? Yeah, Andrea, did you catch the interview of Lies today? Like she's
oh
so not
yeah,
self-aware.
yeah. She ran back to that panel because they let her lie. I mean, she has no idea just how well documented,
Yeah.
all of her lies are. All of her, every lie she was calling out. I'm like, that's
Oh
not true. That's not true. You just
yeah.
said two
Right?
days ago. It was just really easy to clock every one of her lies. So yeah, I was like, that's why she's back on the panel, because she thinks she can lie, and because the two hosts are not calling her out on it, um, she feels like she's doing it successfully, and she has no idea. As she was telling those lies, like people that were chatting on Real Stream News's channel, they were basically calling her out lie for lie. So yeah, she's gonna keep doing things that she thinks are helpful, I guess.
I think she views going on that on that, I wouldn't call that a panel. I would call that an interviewer that happened to have a sidekick the other day, and I wouldn't even call what he did today an interview. I would just call it, I don't know what it was. It
But
was a casual.
she can't see that she's being
Yeah,
used to bring people to his channel. She
exactly.
cannot see that. She
And I
can't.
think she thinks going on there allows her to throw her spin on the situation. Because you know how it is. You get PR people that get out in front of this and get your story out there. But she just isn't able to connect that we have well documented lies. We have video evidence of ongoing lies. So you trying to spin it does no good at this point because, you know,
Yeah, and even like the chat was really getting upset, and he kept commenting like, "Oh man, you really have haters." And
yeah.
again, he should have he should have seen that, yeah, people get mad when you get lied to. And that's what was going on. People were
Yeah.
furious because, like you said, Andrea, like she was lying, and the frustration that you feel when you're seeing it, and you're just like, no, that's a lie. At least that's how
Hmm.
I am. I get
Well,
so angry.
Yeah.
it doesn't occur to her, and I tried to explain this to Amberlyn Reed back when I was a long-winded commenter. I just gave up commenting. Amber said, I don't know why people hate me. People hate me because I'm fat. Amber Reed really thought that. And I wrote to her because she was so young back then. And I said to her, just in the YouTube comment section, I said, Amberlyn, people don't hate you because you're fat. What you don't understand is people know that you're lying. They're tired of you lying to their
Hmm.
faces. And what is a healthy reaction when you know someone is lying to you? People do not respond with positive emotions and feelings when they know they're being lied to. People
Hmm.
lying to your face, it's just a huge mark of whatever the other person's issue is. The person that knows they're being deceived usually will respond with some kind of negative emotion because there is an attempt, because deceit is an attempt to harm, in my opinion. Like, you are trying to deceive someone, most likely for some kind of self-preservation. Some people lie to self-preserve themselves, and there are situations that people do feel justified in lying. But when people lie just to appease their ego or to appease an image,
Hmm.
to have to, because you're trying to make someone believe something that is not true, there is an intention to harm,
Hmm.
because that,
I.
to me, that's
Yeah.
what deceit does. It's an attempt to make
Yep.
somebody believe something that's not true so you can manipulate their behavior. And when people know that that's happening, they're not going to respond with love and sympathy and care.
Mhm.
That's not healthy. That's not normal. People
And
are not
people
going
do.
to respond well to lies. I mean, come
It.
on. So
It's an
Chantal,
insult.
oh,
It's
it's
an
an insult.
insult. It's
And
an
and but
insult.
in Chantal's case, it is an insult because she believes that she's doing it with a superior intelligence. She
Yeah.
thinks that her lies are so good, her lies are so well crafted, but she has no idea. Like, she's just transparent. She says transparent as glass, right? So, you know, Chantal can lie and say all day long, like, I love my body. I have balls and and, you can hate me for my body. It's like, no, people don't hate you because of your body. People
Yep.
hate you because you are a bold faced liar, and you lie like you try to breathe. You lie better than you do breathe, in fact. So it's not that she's wanting to have a meaningful conversation with anyone. She gets up on this panel because she's able to lie without interruption. She's able to lie without looking at
Hmm.
the chat. She's able to lie without comments, and she thinks she's done something productive.
She thinks she's the
It's
smartest cat in the room, and she thinks
just
she's pulling one over on people. And when she gets up on her stream, she's like, I'm so honest with you guys. I show you everything. Chantal, just because you show yourself doing the vile, disgusting things you choose to do on camera, that's not the same as being honest with your audience. Just because you almost shite your pants in your car and you get out and you poop in a parking lot and you talk about that, yeah, that's a kind of honesty, but that's like a shock value type of honesty. But when it comes down to real issues, Chantal fundamentally seems to be incapable of telling the truth. And I don't know if it is just because she's uh it's like she is so desperate to control the narrative that she lies about things you really shouldn't lie about, and then she's overshares about things that maybe you don't want to lie about, but maybe you just don't need to bring them up, like where you do your business. It's like, maybe cut that out because maybe that's a little TMI, maybe that's just a little gross, maybe, you know what I mean. So she, yeah, it's just a train wreck.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's one thing, like, to share a story. Mostly everybody's probably had a road trip incident where they had to do their business in a place where they would not have rather done their business. I mean, I'm sure we could all share stories about, okay, there's this one time, but what we're not doing is we're not making an effort to be disgusting. We're not making an
Yeah.
effort to be gross.
She likes it though, doesn't she? She
She
likes
said,
the
like,
wind on her bare ass and
she said she
She
enjoyed
likes the
it.
shock. She
to
likes to
scratch her
do that.
ass on tree
The
trunks afterwards.
Yeah,
And
the shock value. And then when she was going on about it's no big deal, it's natural, the birds will eat it. Okay, first of all, you said you had C. diff, and that right there is highly contagious. And whether or not she got it properly treated is she could potentially be spreading. Like that is no joke. This is C. diff is a type of infection that you can kill immunocompromised people, children, the elderly. And if you're doing your business where somebody could potentially even walk through it or something, like that's not a joke. That is not a joke. It is, in fact, people that with that issue, they highly recommend you don't go anywhere because it is so highly contagious. So for her to just do that and make it like, oh, it's all about nature. Can you imagine if the 70 million people living in Canada took your point of view and just went outside and did their business? No, no,
But we
ma'am.
couldn't have
It's
a society
gross.
if everyone was like, it was like Chantal. We couldn't have a society
Yeah.
because people need boundaries, and boundaries are important. And I think most
Mhm.
people struggle. I mean, you learn boundaries as you age and you get older.
Mhm.
We know, she doesn't have very many boundaries,
Mhm.
but
And boundaries, you learn boundaries because of consequences, because of your poor behavior. So if
yeah,
you were raised and you were never told no and you were allowed to do whatever you want and you were always spoiled and and like I said, and I'm not making a comment on her family, but I've known people like Chantal where the family not only loved the person, but they always told them they liked them. And that's not necessarily how it is. You can say, "Hey, I love you because you're my daughter, you're my whatever, but I don't like how you act." And like there's just no consequences. And without consequences, why should you respect anyone's boundaries?
I was hoping that I had this theory, um, like Andrea and her theories. I had this theory that her family called her cutie when they were
Yeah.
younger, when she was younger, as in a passive aggressive mood to stop calling her something. Come on, cutie, through like gritted teeth. Otherwise, they'd call her something else. And it was them as adults sort of taking the piss out of her when she was far from being a cutie. And they called her that. I don't think that really did happen. But
Oh.
I wanted that to happen. I think they did teach her these things. I really
Mhm.
do. And I think
I
she
do.
didn't learn the lesson and she actively decided not to take the lesson on, even as a young child.
Mhm.
Because I've seen a few children like that. And they just refuse to learn. And they will
Yeah.
do things deliberately to piss you off.
Yeah. That's how Chantal is, and she's a 38-year-old woman. 38 years old. So, um, like I said, I just at this point, um, she's not even really that entertaining anymore. She's so predictable. You know what I mean? It's just like the second you start watching some like middle of the road movie, like you know who the killer is, you know what's gonna end, you're just like, oh, kill me. So that's how I'm kind of feeling about Chantal. The reason I keep tuning in, not to her channel, because I will not give her the view. I don't care. And I will say her views are going down. When you look at her videos, it's a downward trajectory, but I'm watching because I really am. I've got my fingers crossed that either there'll be an eviction or she's going to flip out because she's not making the money, or the CRA is going to show up knocking and asking for their money. So that's why I keep tuning in. She's no longer entertaining, but I've invested so much time in this. And I have to admit, like, my sister thinks I have lost my crackers. She's like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I don't know." But I
we just
just
want to
want to,
see how it ends. I mean,
yeah,
I think,
Yeah.
exactly.
she used to be, I remember when she was relatively witty. I
Hmm.
remember when she put effort into her appearance.
Yeah.
Um, you know, she used
This
to, I mean,
This I'm to
she doesn't,
interrupt you before I forget because this is literally my Game of Thrones season 8. It sucks. I'm not that thrilled about it, but I'm invested, so let's see how this turns out, even though I
yeah,
know it's going to be
exactly,
disappointing.
Grebo.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, we see episode 1, well, that was a bunch of nothing. And then
Mhm.
and then it's like, when is this plot line gonna end? Where is this going to stop? When did this character get so stupid? What is happening? And then it's like, this is a wreck. We're watching it burn. That's it, you know?
Well,
So
I hate to interrupt, but I have to go. My husband just got home. My
Oh,
daughter's calling me. The dogs are
no.
Thank you. It's so
So
good to finally get to put a face with the name perfectly and perfectly. You're
yes.
pretty. I'm so glad you're here. I love your
Thank you.
smile.
I enjoyed this so much. Thank
come on
you,
again.
ladies. Thank you, Monty. I will. You might have
Bye.
created a monster.
All right, bye-bye. See
Oh
ya.
well, that's
Okay.
fine. We
See
like
you.
monsters. They're cute.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.
So, yeah, I guess I don't really have a whole lot more to add because I mean we can go round and round and how I feel is if you talk too long, how you start getting into the weird stuff you probably don't want to talk about. So, but it's just like I said, this is my season 8 Game of Thrones. Like I know it's gonna suck, but I really want to see how it ends.
Well, as an update, she's live at the moment, eating paneer
Of
and
course,
probably taking the edibles. So
shocking.
I mean, she could be eating worse things, but it's just, you know, the cleaning and she's really got no drive, no direction, no ambition, and it's just boring. It's boring at this point.
She's literally she doesn't even give her body because you know everybody knows THC, it's fat loving, that's where it soaks in, and it's like she would have to stop using the drugs and give it a long time to and so but she's always some level of messed up. So when she was driving earlier and stuff, I don't believe there's at any point that Chantal is actually unencumbered with drugs. Like there Chantal is 1,000% always high to some degree, and she's out operating a motor vehicle, you know, and she has the balls, but I'm bumped to get on and say, "Oh, I'm a really conscientious driver." No, you're not. You're messing with your phone. She's reading her chat. It's what I really hope is she doesn't kill somebody else. That I really do worry about that. That's just next level not okay.
I don't think she will. I think she'll carry on all this time. She won't even get pulled over and get a ticket.
Victoria Rose is saying, is it possible she has a feeder patron with a paneer fetish? Well, one time somebody did order it for her for free.
Somebody
It's
paid for it.
yeah, exactly. So it's likely that somebody is paying for it.
I think the feeders are still definitely in the picture. I don't think those people went anywhere.
What is it with feeders? They always seem to have plenty of cash to throw at fatties, don't they?
It's weird, right?
Yeah, I don't
It's
get
like,
it.
you know, a hungry fat chick, you know, I don't hate her. I mean, she has a great personality. She's nice. And she talks about the people that, I mean, she doesn't talk about them, but she mentions like someone had a request. And I mean, we all know what that means. But Chantal, you know, tries to have this false bravado about her lifestyle. But she lies and says she doesn't have feeders. But then, oh, somebody bought me this. It's like, oh, really? Somebody paid for this.
They're sending
Well, people
her
are buying her all
clothes.
sorts of things, aren't they? They're sending her hats, they're sending her eyelashes, ham clothing,
and it all ends up
food,
on the floor. It's so
body
gross. Like
sprays.
you think about the money that goes into a gift. Can you imagine like that cute little knitted kitty hat that she had? It ended up. I mean, it's just like I said, she's Chantal has zero redeeming qualities, and she's
She
even
doesn't
failing as
cherish anything,
entertainment.
does she? That
Yeah,
people
no.
make for her or people
Yeah.
buy for her. Oh, isn't this cute? Rips it open, ties it in a knot, throws it on the counter. Next time we see it, it's trodden all over the floor with the cat shit and boxes. She doesn't cherish anything that anybody gives her.
Oh yeah. I think she's low key upset too because people are now sending her items rather than giving her super chats. And so she's like, "Oh, isn't this cute?" But she doesn't value it because she doesn't want people to send her gifts. I really think she wants people to send her super chats so she can do what she
Natter
wants
needs
with
money.
the money.
She wants both.
Yeah. Yes.
I think she's defeated as well. I think she realizes that Nader is not coming back.
She doesn't want him though, does she? She's cast him aside like an old pair of shoes. Not.
She's moved on.
She wouldn't want him even if she could have him. So that's the storyline she's pushing at the moment.
Oh, that was one of the lies she said on the stream. That's what I was going to bring up earlier, is he brought up Natter's stream. She said, oh yeah, he gets lots of views. He's doing fine. No, he's not. His channel is actively dying. It's like he goes live and gets, like the other day, you can see how many, he only had like 149 people watching. So his channel's kind of, even though he's kind of getting steady views, but the number of people watching him. So I don't know how, I mean, I don't think his channel's going to completely die, but I think with the drama gone, it's going to kind of settle a little more. So delusional.
She's dim, or it doesn't compute. It's like, does not compute. She will not understand anything other than just paneer and weed and lipstick or whatever.
Yeah. So.
Well, because she said she speaks without thinking, doesn't she?
Yeah, she thinks a thing, she says a thing. There's no filter left. So
don't say it, Chantel. It's just a lie, because his channel is just troll fest, and I don't think he is making much money.
Yeah,
I mean, how many members, friends with benefits, has he got? I don't know.
I have no idea, but I would say maybe a handful, maybe 10, maybe a dozen, maybe. I would say less than 20 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's weird. Fancy.
Not many.
Yeah. Penny Lane asks, Monty, is it possible to buy views? I think Chantel's buying views for Nader. It is possible to buy views, subs, dislikes, likes, comments, anything.
Yeah, because the number of viewers that he's getting in his live chats are not tracking with how his overall views are staying level, but yet the number of viewers coming in. So yeah, like I said, make it make sense. But yeah, I think Great Grebo actually is out of opinions today. Go figure.
The Afterlife has said that I don't think she's buying all that paneer. I think a feeder is buying that. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Yeah,
I can agree with that. Somebody's like fully buying that for her every single day because they want her to eat it. Maybe they want her booty hole to burn or something. I don't know. Like you eat enough paneer, it's like a slight burn. You know how you have like super spicy, then it's like a harsher burn.
And then take photographs of her arms hanging out like a red sock for OnlyFans. That would be fun. Yeah,
the paneer is like a soft burn. It's like kind of tangy, slightly unpleasant, but Greg Group was just like, they were just like
Greg Grubo's speechless. Like I'm like, oh,
right?
We're not getting into that
took a turn. Took a turn.
Conversation that I said was going to happen. Oh my god! Did they say that Chantal's live now?
She's been live for like 45-50 minutes now.
Oh Lord!
She's been shoveling in the paneer as we speak.
Yeah, there's nothing has changed. Paneer again, and all she's doing is just eating, and that's it. Nothing has changed.
350 people watching her. Like I said, every time she does this panel, it's like the Cuba bees, wham, half the people, and then that non-apology. It's like she cut that half in half. It's getting a little dire.
It is.
Oh.
It is, but we'll see what happens, in time. I guess this might be a good time to wrap things up. I'll still be doing the DLF stream because we have to talk about it. We have to kind of maybe figure out what put him in the slammer. Yeah, because Dragon Lord Slammer is in the jail.
He's in Choky.
Yeah.
I was hoping that he'd gone to a meeting and been asked questions and he kicked off like he did over the check that we watched a few months ago, and he's got he's got put in handcuffs and frog marched to.
Right? It's possible. Like anything. Maybe he was mouthing off to somebody he wasn't supposed to, like the judge or the
Yeah.
ADA, or maybe his
He was hot
comments.
broading it all over the courthouse.
Right?
I just have one question, Monty. I have one question.
Yeah.
Are you going to, because DLF is going to call you because you're his bro. Are you going to record the phone calls? That's all I want to know.
I guess so, because Mama Scrunch has been quite active in the emails again.
Oh, really? Are you serious?
Yeah, well, Mama Scrunch is the one who gave me the heads up that Dragon Lord Slammer is in the bin, so go he's gonna be in there until June the 6th. And then I didn't
Wow.
believe it, and I was like, yo, is that for true? So I ate my lunch, and then I decided to just do a quick Google search. Like I said, Google search Niagara Sheriffs, boom, went to people being held, and Dragon Lord Frodo was literally the first person in inmate search. I didn't have to search anything. It was the first person that came up right
It
at the
should
top.
say what he was what the charge is, like whether it was a probation revoke or if it's a new charge. Usually somewhere in the jailhouse roster, it will say what is going on.
It says statute description, criminal contempt second.
Oh, okay. So that, yeah, did he get smack talking with the judge or something, or
Yeah, or
was
maybe
he supposed to show up and
Could
he
you
didn't?
imagine?
maybe he violated some sort of restrictions that he had already placed on him, which he
What?
did allude to in one of his streams when he's walking, but like, hey, I think they might be trying to get me on a violation of my restrictions. So we can
Yeah,
talk about that
yeah,
in the DLF stream.
yeah. That's a whole nother can of worms.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess we're gonna wrap this up, and I'll see if I'll do Foodie Beauty, if it's not boring, or I don't know if
It
she's gonna
will
wrap it
be.
up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like what else can I honestly add after hours and hours and hours each day? The
Nothing.
same
There's
thing.
nothing.
Yeah,
She's gonna
like
tease a date with a guy. She's gonna tease a date with a guy that's fake.
Sit in a bra,
Yeah.
eat, slap, slurp. Ooh.
Right.
Make
Booty
stupid
bitches like
faces. Watch while
Mhm.
her cats are abused. That's what she's gonna do.
Mhm.
Right.
yeah, it's you know.
Buddha is like he threw a penis pump at the judge. She wasn't pleased.
Oh,
Buddha, on seriously, come
I
on.
wouldn't put it past him.
What
though.
are you gonna say when they're scanning your penis pump when you're trying to get into the court? Like, what are you gonna say it's for? Is it evidence? Like,
It's a hearing aid.
oh.
I wonder,
How
maybe I
how
don't
did
know.
that get in my bag? I don't know.
Well, wouldn't that be something like
Or a telescope of something.
it's a telescope? Yes, it's a PP telescope.
Oh my god.
Anyways, I
Poor
better get going.
Grebo.
Yeah, but Great Grebo, what are your final thoughts?
What colour is
Um,
it? Oh, I didn't see it. Well,
What
carry on,
colors?
Grebo.
What?
I'm just being
Oh,
silly.
I was just gonna say, Chantal, if you're watching this, say my name. And yeah, like I said, truly, the non-apology was the Titanic striking the iceberg, and Chantal is literally rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. As far as their channel being super profitable for this endless source of money, it's going down at this point. I don't think there's any saving it. My opinion. She'll probably be able to survive off of the income, but she won't be living large. My guess. I just hope
Yeah,
she films it all.
I can agree with that. Yeah, well, it'll go down to where it's survivable, is what I would put it. A survivable wage. Natural Ginger, any last words?
Well, yeah, I want to thank everybody for raising my spirits on the live you had today with her. I had to leave the stream because she was irritating me so much with her slurping and her eating. I just couldn't stand it any longer, and just everything about it was like driving me mad. I've been officially mad at the internet
Yeah, I
for
think
a few
everybody
days now.
is feeling
So,
like that.
so I had a word with myself. I had a few ports, and I feel a lot better now. So thank you, everybody.
You're welcome. If you need to talk, you can always message me. I'm always here. And
Oh, I
yeah,
will.
thank you for being here, Natural Ginger, as always. Hopefully you feel better, stay better, positive vibes,
Oh
and
yeah,
all of
I'm over it now. I'm over it now.
that. Okay, awesome. And Andrea, last but not least.
Well, I was just thinking, everybody's summed up everything so nicely. There's really nothing left to add. She's so obviously transparent, but I wonder the final dump will come when Chantal doesn't have any more cash that she can spare to give to Natter. The final dumping will occur and she's going to rage. That's the only thing that I can say with confidence. Once she doesn't have any more resources to give to him, he'll cut her off. He'll block her forever. And yeah, I mean, he's a scammer. That's the only reason why he's still dealing with her. Natter is still dealing with Chantal. So as much as she likes to say it's over, that's when it'll be over. So the decline in views and income, I mean, it means so much more than her just not being able to live. It's like the emotional turmoil for her is it's gonna be interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna double down on that with you. Yeah, the emotional turmoil, everything else. It's gonna be extremely harsh. Let's just put it that way. So we shall see what happens in time, and I'm gonna be here for it.
Yep, I'm watching to
Uh,
the end.
yeah, for sure.
Watching it crash. So
All right, thank you everybody for being here. Appreciate each and every single one of you lovely people. Thank you for all the people that were on the panel. Perfectly imperfect, Andrea, Natural Ginger, Greg Grebo. Was there anybody else that I missed? Hopefully
Internet
not.
tea.
Yes,
Internet
Internet
tea.
Tea. Yes, was here. Thank you so much, the Internet Tea. And thank you, everybody. I'll see what I can do with the Foodie Beauty stream. But if I got to do a video, I'll do a video. And then we'll come back for some more Dragon Lord Frodo. I got to do some research on that to see exactly what he might be in the Slammer for. But other than that, thank you so much and take care. Bye.
Thanks,
bye.
Lori.
Thanks. Bye. Bye,
Bye.
guys.